Okay, so we're moving on to the the 10-year treasuries, and I gotta say, as I had a little break here, moving from market to market in my recording, and during this break, I took a look at some of our um, older videos, and back on June 3rd, I'm only mentioning this because what I'm talking about today is not difficult to figure out. Okay, the markets, if you just listen to the markets, they are telling us the story. Okay. Back on June 3rd, we put out a video. It says a peak in interest rates, question mark. Strong evidence U.S. is currently in a recession. Okay, so now we have, that was on July 3rd. I'm only pointing this out because it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure this stuff out. The market, you just have to listen to the markets. That's it. You can, it's right in front of your eyes. Anyways, let's move on to the response coming from the 10-year treasuries. Moving on, and I chose this particular this chart goes back a couple years, and I put in a bunch of trend lines. And the reason the trend lines are the reason I'm using this chart is that the trend lines are holding up very, very nicely. Um, and you can see that we've moved from one trend line, didn't hold. We're now at a second trend line here, and right now the 10-year treasury is at 2.665. Interest rates are coming down. And this is a problem that the Fed has right now. It's a big problem for Fed credibility because the markets are spitting in the face of the Fed, and they are screaming at the Fed that they're making a policy mistake. But the Fed is trying, because of their previous errors, and they've unleashed the inflation beast, they are basically trying to fight the last war. Let it go. Listen to the markets. That's what I think, but what do I know? Anyways, um, you can see, uh, the 10-year treasuries, they're looking uh, like we're in a recession. I don't know what to tell you. When the 10-year treasuries are fighting the Fed and the 10-year treasuries are winning, you got to listen to the markets. And you can see where all from March through middle of June, the Fed and the markets were in lockstep. The Fed was raising rates, they announced they were raising rates, but something changed in June. We hit the wall. We hit the wall in mid-June. And if you can't see that from these charts, you're blind as a bat. I mean, it's just so obvious. Anyway, let's move on to the next chart.